Hello. Now, before you watch this video, I just want to talk about if or whether or not or why it's experimental. Now, over the last few weeks and the last few months, I'm making too many of those whatever part 1, part 2, part 3. And I want to stop that. But sometimes, so for example, the ones where it's part 1, part 2, part 3 is because we already had part 2 planned, so that I could give it time until I get the next issue when I wanted to talk about it in advance. Part 3 was only made because I had further ideas of more avenues to speak about. But sometimes a part 2 is talking about because I felt that part 1 was too short, or I felt that there was an error in the recording towards the end, and I thought, well, I could have said more there, but it obviously cut me off, and I quite like what I said, so I don't want to release a video. So it's one of those. So it's been a tricky situation, the one with the errors in it, but the one where I've done 3 parts, like conversation, and I've got more ideas of what to say, and know what I want to say here, and no one wants to say there, and so that's become a slightly bit of a nightmare. Now, I also thought about making this video because in the world of Doctor Who, the topic genre, omnibuses, as in the video's not about omnibuses because it's an omnibus in itself. This is just an introduction to introduce the omnibus, and I want to briefly talk about omnibuses themselves. Is that you don't get many omnibuses anymore. So in the world of soaps, because soaps are on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're on all the time. A lot of soaps did, TV soaps did a lot of omnibuses, which meant at the time, if you missed the week's episodes of EastEnders and you wanted to catch up, then if you watch the omnibus, it's all the most important bits sticking around for the next few weeks. So it's all the important storyline, it's all the important angles. I've got an itchy shoulder, I do apologise. All the important angles, so it's all very much important. And The Archers is the only one I can think of, which is a BBC Radio 4 soap opera. It's the only one that still does a omnibus edition. And that means that you can choose to listen to the omnibus rather than the episode, so that you catch up quite quickly if you missed that week's stuff. Then the collection box sets, the colorizations for BBC 4 all come around in the world of Doctor Who. And we go, right, let's see what happens when you put them together in an omnibus. And really, the outcome of it, 58% of the time, they don't give much bad criticism to it. That's because not many people watch him, from what I can gather. I don't know that as a fact. It's just from what I can gather, I don't hear people ever complain about the omnibuses. But I personally would rather watch it as its own separate parts instead of watching it as an omnibus. And I've got no issue with the omnibus. I'm glad it's there for people that want to watch it that way. I just feel like it'll just be a little bit off-putting, but I love the idea, I love the concept, and I love the reasoning behind omnibuses. This is why I want to experiment with my own omnibus today. So that's what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about the fact that I think omnibuses are worth it, and this what this video is you're about to see. And I think that for me, it means that you can catch up on a video I did as it was supposed to be. So for the one you're about to see today, I don't think the second part was supposed to be there. I think it was an error, if I remember rightly. I've probably got that wrong. So this will be a very fascinating concept. Very fascinating video. And let's see if the Omnibus Edition works. If the Omnibus Edition doesn't work, we won't do it. Now, you're all probably wondering, if you follow my 22 YouTube channels, all of them, you're probably wondering, Tom, why is this not going on Tom Javu? And I would respond to that saying, yes, I do know that this is the perfect place to put it, Tom Javu, but if I experimented on the main channel, it does mean that every so often, if I'm not available, if I'm not around, if I'm not going to be there to film more videos, but I still want to personally more videos, because I don't do this for the money, I don't do this for the fame, I don't do it for any of those reasons. So I'm not begging what I'm not doing what the audience. I'm not trying to chase views. I'm not trying to do all that. It's doing what I want to do. It's all about what I want and when I want to do it. So even though I created Tom Jarvu for this exact reason, to do omnibuses, to repeat videos, so it's like my own +1 channel, and then sometimes try and in the far future, if I ever want to do accessibility videos such as subtitles, where the subtitles are on the screen, sign language interpreters, record the videos in like German, Swedish, Norwegian, Dutch, Welsh, Scottish, Scottish Gaelic, Irish, and all those. And I want to do that in the future for that channel, but because I want to be able to, say for instance, I'm not here at the weekend, I would love to still make videos and upload stuff, so I have stuff releasing whilst I'm not available. And I think an omnibus would teach me the ways of editing to make sure that it still flows well, and so that on those type of things it flows well. So I make a lot of other things, but I think the flowage of something, I think that's how you improve. But if you put together stuff that were errored, you fix it, and then they let the audience that is intended for see it, because obviously not everyone follows my 22 YouTube, so not everyone will have seen Tom Jarvu. So it's all a little bit like, well, it just depends. But I think omnibuses themselves in the world of Doctor Who, though, work really well. So this video in itself also gave me an opportunity to talk about omnibuses themselves and talk about my overall opinion on an omnibus. Personally, I don't watch them, apart from the colorization omnibuses. Apart from them, I don't watch them, but I do think the War Game one was quite good. I just think they sort of alter it slightly too much music-wise. But I think omnibuses are perfect for someone that doesn't have a few hours. If you have like an hour to watch an episode of Doctor Who, you're gonna watch an omnibus. You're probably gonna, if you had all you had was the DVDs with you because you didn't have access to the iPlayer, then obviously an omnibus would be perfect because you've got enough time to watch an omnibus. But really, I wouldn't. But I love that they're available. This is the thing with Doctor Who, is that even though you might not like these certain elements in the collection box sets or anything else, the good thing about it is it's still available. You may not use it, you may not watch it, but I'm glad and I'm happy and I'm over the moon that it's there, and it will continue being there for a very long time. I might not use it, but I'm glad it's there. So, without further ado, please enjoy the video. Hello Whovians, and welcome back to the main channel. Welcome to a brand new video called Title Revealed, or Whovian News Title Revealed, or Series 15 Titles Revealed, whichever version I've gone for. Hello. Now, I have the giant article here that has the titles on them. This is from the BBC Press website. There is a video that they've compiled which is 45 seconds, but due to the fact that I don't think I've got access to be able to download the individual version, the bulked version, here is the version that I've got given. So here, so what I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you what the titles are, then you're going to see the little video that they put together, that they made for them, and then we're going to discuss the details we've got here. So, first off, we have Robots Revolution. Written by Russell T. Davies, directed by Peter Hoare, Hoar. Lux, written by Russell T Davies, directed by Amanda Brotchie. The Well, written by Russell T Davies and Sharma Angel Walford, and directed by Amanda Brotchie. Lucky Day, written by Peter McTighe, directed by Peter Hoar. The Story, The End and the Engine, written by INUA space ELLAMS, directed by MAKALLA McPherson. The Interstellar Song Contest, written by Juno Dawson and directed by Ben A. Williams. Wish World, written by Russell T Davies and directed by Alex Sanjin Pilava. And The Reality War, written by Russell T Davies and directed by the same person as before. So, without further ado, here is the montage, or here is the video, depending on where I found them, of the titles.
Welcome to the Interstellar Song Contest!
And so, there you have it. That is the images, the videos. I think they look, I'll be honest, they look incredible. But they give you different clues to what's going to happen in each episode. And I don't want to dissect that because that might spoil it for me. But overall, it just shows the mood, it shows the excitement, it shows the uproar. I've not put them in any order, I've just put them there. And I think that what makes Doctor Who so special is that there's no other programme that has title reveals that look that gorgeous. There's no other programme that gets fans really excited over what the episode's going to be titled, because some programmes don't even title their episodes anything anymore. My overall opinion on the matter is that I think that they are amazing. I think the titles themselves, I'm excited to find out more about the Interstellar Song Contest, because even though I know it's a Eurovision based episode, I know for a fact that it'll be airing, none of this will be airing near Eurovision at all. So I do apologise about that audio. I just thought I saw a bee fly onto it. I don't know why I thought I would see a bee. I'm indoors. So I do apologise profusely for the audio noise. And I think that it makes it a few bits more interesting, because if this were airing closer to Eurovision, yes, that would make sense, but it's not. So I'm intrigued about this, and I'm intrigued to know how these episodes turn out. I'm just overall really excited. And so, as we get to the point this year where I'm going to wrap up the video now, I think overall the titles sound amazing, the footage that we've got, the images, the graphic designage sounds amazing, and I just can't wait. My favourite one, the one I'm really excited for in general, is the Interstellar Song Contest, because I just think that's going to be a wild romp. Is it going to be Dr. Light's story? How they're going to do it? Who knows? But I can sense some of them are going to be Dr. Light's stories, and I think that I'm intrigued to know how it all melds in. But what we're talking about is why, in my own opinion, or in truth, really, because there's factual evidence of this, that the videos that the titles come with are just a hint of what's to come, and not directly is what to come. So, in that series, there was a Space Babies one that looked more like a nightmare than the actual episode was. More scarier than the actual episode was. So I think it's another one of those situations where some of them you can take with a pinch of salt, but they've added enough references within them to make you think that these are all linked to the actual episodes, even though they're just a fancy way of revealing a title sequence. Well, a title. And I think that makes everything more, fantastic and fascinating, because it means that you're intrigued to know why they chose that when the episode was actually this style. And it makes you think, well, I prefer the spookier element to this that the title announcement gave me, rather than what the episode was. And that'll be interesting to see how that dynamic shifts over time, and how it all moves on and changes. And I think that they might make them more closer to the episodes. I don't know if these are close to what the episodes are actually like in style, but I know that the words that are hidden in them are probably as accurate as anything, because you have to be very accurate in the world. In the world, you have to be active. And I think that having the titles revealed helps people to then speculate what the episode's going to be about. You can see predictions popping up, and you can have the conversation swarm. And I think that's what works really well for Doctor Who, is that they love having the information, and they love making sure that they all swarmed around, and so that people are aware of what might be happening, and people can get excited, and the internet can talk about it. And I think that's what works really well with Doctor Who in general, not just with revealing titles. I do apologise for the wonky microphone. So, personally, I think that the titles show significant detail and information about what's going to happen without giving away spoilers. I think it also helps people talk about certain episodes that they're intrigued to find out about, like Intergalactic Song Contest, which is the one that I'm really intrigued to see how it is portrayed. And so, there we have it. Thank you guys for watching. In this video we've been talking about the fact that the title welcome video won't always represent the episodes. Some of the references within them, such as a podcast, a Doctor Light episode where Ruby's boyfriend has a podcast, that's a hint that will more likely come true, and that'll be exciting to see, because will that then link into Doctor Who Redacted? Will we get a crossover? I think, and it's only my opinion, that we should have a crossover. Doctor Who Redacted should appear in the TV series, and I think having Ruby Sunday's boyfriend having a podcast would work. I don't know how that's related to a Doctor Light story, or where it says this is a Doctor Light story. I just feel that the Doctor Who Redacted people should return ASAP as soon as possible, because I just think that would be amazing, that would be interesting, and it would mean that Judah Dawson gets to write what she's best at, Doctor Redacted, and what she's new at. As in, I've not seen her television writing thus far, so it's new to me, but it might not be new to everyone, and I'm excited to see what we've got coming up. So, there we have it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.